with, just giving us an opportunity. Both teams really pitched well. Wasn't a lot of walks and some really good pitches made, located, a lot of velocity. It was just, watching from the side, both teams, it was just a well played game. We took advantage of a 1-out walk, and Stovall, had a little bit of a rough night, but he got the biggest hit of the night. Getting Wilmsmeyer from first to third, and then Jared. It's just the way the game works. He drives in the go ahead run, ends up being the winning run. He felt bad that he didn't catch that ball. He kind of looked up to make the throw to the plate, and it was just I don't know. You don't see him all the time anymore, because teams hit so well. But the pitching tonight was outstanding, and just each team I think got 3 hits, and each team made an error. But we got the big sac fly there, and just good win for us.
Dave, it seemed like Hagen would go 6 every week. Finally gave you 7 this week. Just what did you see out of his performance tonight?
I thought he was really, really good. He's going through some guys that were swinging now, and they got some power, obviously. And, the game's kind of fragile, a little mistake. They hit a 2-run homer, and he just did a great job. His stuff was really good. And, I didn't feel like his stuff went away at all. He was still throwing great in the 7th. And, he's 23 years old and it's 85 degrees, you probably just let him go. But again, he gave us all we wanted, and more really. And just glad that Gabe came in and did just as good a job, really. Just tremendous.
I think his first 3 pitches were 100 miles an hour. Did you feel like he was a little bit amped up for today?
I guess so, man. I haven't seen that. I'll look at what ours reads, probably about the same. Sometimes that's a little slower than ours. Maybe it's fast, but ball's jumping out of his hand. And the first pitch of the game, triple digits up there is kind of amazing, and threw it by the hitter. And then the second pitch, the hitter cheated a little bit and really got after it. And I got to give him credit there. Evans, he got the barrel of the ball, but yeah, I just think Hagen, when he's on, he's mixing. He's as good as anybody I've ever had.
And what went the decision to DH Helfrich to start tonight, and just how nice was it to see him, reward you like that?
Well, I just like the way he swings the bat against left-handed pitchers, so that's why I put him in there. And Coach Thompson and I talked about it in my office today. And what I do a lot of times, I write a lineup down in pencil, and then I'll have Coach write one, just to see how close we are. And we both had Helfrich DH tonight, which it ended up paying off, obviously. But he got ahead 2-0, and man, they probably thought we were taken or whatever. And he threw it hard, but he hit it harder, and that was a big swing.
Gabe Gackel was in the top of the 8th, and he was faced with a pretty big situation, had the bases loaded, and then he got Shelton to pop up. But first, y'all intentionally walked Shelton before that, and then of course before that he was facing Caglione. Just to kind of walk me through that.
Caglione, I think there was word runner on first. He had him down, I think 0-2. I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't a bad pitch. He almost got it in on him, and he just snapped it over the shortstop's head. And he's just a really good hitter and strong with bat speed. What a combination. But I thought he threw the ball great. Obviously, with the runner at second and third, he was at first, but we decided just to play behind him. And I figured just let him run. We're going to try to get this guy out. Got behind the count 1-0, 2-0. We said, let's just put him on and go after the next guy. They can all hit. It's flip a coin, but we just figured let's just go right on right, see what happens.
Dave, this throw home that Spraglite made on the chopper, how important was that one?
Well, that was a great play. Came in barehanded, which made me nervous when he did it. I thought he had a little more time than maybe he did, but he did it, and he threw a really good throw, was accurate with it, got that out. And then it looked like we were about ready to get out of the inning, and then the hot box started, so to speak. And I thought we handled the ball good, just didn't make the last catch. If he catches the ball, I think it was their catcher running at third. He's not like a flyer or anything. It would have been probably a routine play to the plate, and we're out of the inning. But we didn't panic in the dugout, stayed calm. Hagen was done, gave us everything he had, and we were just saying, let's find a way to score in the eighth, and we did. And Gabe came out, and he had a great inning. Ninth was great.
I might be overvaluing this play, but Peyton Holt in the eighth from left field, cutting that ball from Caglione and then making the throw, to see that in his development,
Yeah.
was it a big play from your vantage point to kind of be able
We
to do
knew
that?
from our vantage point he was going to get to it, but the grass is wet. Water's coming up as the night goes on. My biggest fear was that he was going to bobble it a little bit, and then we're going to have play at the plate. But if he got around it, fielded it clean, got it in real quick, and gave us an opportunity to get out of that inning. And but yeah, those all the little things add up, and that was a little thing, but it's really a big thing. And when you're playing 1-run games like we've been playing, you've got to do all the little things right. And so far, so good with that.
How Florida scored the run, I know it was an error, but did you like the way that play was handled? Would you rather have maybe anything different with how that, the pickle and the pick?
Yeah, I thought we picked him off. McLaughlin did his job. He looked at third, just didn't throw the ball without looking, stopped him, threw the ball to Peyton, and Peyton kind of looked too. The only thing that he could have done is run him as hard as he can, give it up, make a tag. But, our focus there is not to let him score. We handled the ball. We just didn't catch that ball, man. Hindsight's 20/20. I thought we did a pretty good job with it, but we just didn't finish it.
Florida's big left-hander who started.
Yeah.
I know he hadn't pitched a lot, but what was he doing?
We know about him. He's a star. He's been hurt. He's had a couple injuries. Been in their program for a couple of years. Kevin told me yesterday when I talked to him that he feels like that he's going to could be their Friday night starter next year. He may be the rest of this year, but they're building him up. I think last week he'd only thrown four innings. You can look at the ERA, but when you've given up a run or two or three, the ERA gets up there. But yeah, he's got really good stuff. He was pitching 91, 92, then all of a sudden, bang, he throws 195, and you're kind of going, wow, he's got something in there. And yeah, he got us out for a while, but we started getting on him just a little bit better there. And I think his pitch count was probably no more than 60. And that's about where he was at. But he's good. He changed speeds. He's got a good arm, and he's throwing the ball downhill with big time tilt.
I guess because he's so tall, do his pitches play up at all with 91, 92?
Yeah, they're going to stay up. They're going to play up. It's going to seem harder than it is. He's closer to you when he releases the ball. It gets on you quicker. It all adds up. Randy Johnson was pretty hard to hit too. You guys even know who he is? Anyway,